Welcome to episode 41 of my vlogs, Love Ultras. I'm John Kynaston, and in this episode I wanted to start my countdown to the Dragon's Back race. I'm putting this out on Sunday the 1st of July 2018, which means that the Dragon's Back race, which starts on Monday the 20th of May 2019, is 45 weeks away. Now, those that have been following these vlogs, I did a weekly one for the Northern Traverse this year. I think I did about 20 weeks maybe. Don't panic, I'm not going to do it every week, but I wanted to sort of set it off at the moment and just outline my plans for my training and what I'm aiming to do and a little bit about the race. So maybe first of all just explain a little bit about what the race is. It's a race through Wales. It starts in Conway in the north of Wales and then works its way down the spine of Wales in 5 stages and ends up in South Wales, just in the Brecon Beacons. And it's a total of 195 miles with a total of for at least 50,000 feet of climb. So there's a lot of climbing and descending to do over fairly rough ground. And it's a race which has really captured my imagination, really. So why I want to do it is, I say it's a race that I've seen. It was done in 1992. I didn't know much about it then, but it was revived a few years ago, I think in 2012, and then was run again in 2015 and 2017, and it's every 2 years, and it's run by Shane Orley and his group, who also do the Cape Wrath Ultra, and they alternate years. So I know it's a great race that's really well organised and is over a classic route. And I think the reason I want to do it next year is that next March I'll be 60, and I really wanted it to have an epic challenge for my 60th birthday, and this certainly is that. And because it is every 2 years, I thought, well, I'd rather do it sooner rather than later. Don't know how long I'm going to keep my fitness going. I'll try. Obviously I'm going to try, but I thought it'd be a good time to have a go. And I suppose coming from Liverpool, it's we've done a lot of holidays in North Wales. We used to go to Bala every weekend to do sailing when I was about 10 or 11, and then since I got into walking, we've done a lot of walking around the Wales, the Snowdon Horseshoe, and I did the Welsh 3000s one year as well with a friend. So I know the north area, and I've done a race in Brecon Beacons in the last bit, but the middle 3 days I probably haven't done much. I've done some, but not as much as the north and the south bit. So really looking forward to putting that all together. So that's basically the reason I was aiming to do it and wanting to do it. What I've got now is I just looked at the website and I talked a little bit about my training plan. So this next bit is a little bit more about the race and what I plan to do, particularly with recce runs between for this year and then leading into my training really for next year. Here's the Dragon's Back race website. Very, very smart, and so you can see all the things that you need on here. Just going to click on a couple of these things. So basically this is the home page, and then you've got latest news, enter, results, and I just thought I'd look at the details page. So basically you've got loads of details here, the key times, the location, route information. Look at that one. So basically the course is similar but not identical to the 2017 route, and I've just got the route on there as well. So basically it starts in North Wales, and these are the checkpoints along the way. So it's day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, and then day 5. So it's basically goes right down the spine of Wales. We used to I'm from Liverpool, which is just over here. So we used to do a lot of walking in this area, and I've done one race in the Brecon Beacons, and that's where Katrina's parents live. So we know that bit fairly well as well. But the middle bit I've not really done much on at all. So looking forward to that. So here we have the days. Compares the routes, 2017 averages, so you get trackless, single track, double track and road. First day there's not much on a double track or road, it's mainly single track and trackless, and things go on. So that gives you a bit of an idea of the route information. Following the routes, cut-offs, let's have a quick look at that one. So you can see the checkpoints. I think there's basically support points along the way, and then various checkpoints. So these are 2 checkpoints, and then you get to the finish as well. So all that should be good. Overnight camps, food, support, equipment. I'll look at this in more detail as the time goes on, but very extensive stuff that you must have. Recommended camp kit. So it all looks very organised. So we'll do that. Start times. Starts in the castle at Conway. It's a mass start at 7 o'clock from Conway Castle, and then days 2, 3 and 4 there's starts between 6 and 9, and it says you're allocated a start time based on your finishing time, the slower starting first, the faster starting last, which means that if you're quicker you get longer to rest, don't you? If you're slower then you have less time to rest. Day 5, if there's less than 1 hour between the leading participants, there'll be a chasing group. I don't need to worry about that too much. I'm going to be basically making sure I try and don't get caught up with the cut-offs. Oh
yeah! Oh. The singing in the dragon's tail! They all must be nuts!
A field in the Towie Valley. Despite racing more than 250 kilometres over North and Mid Wales, just 8 minutes separated the men's Berghaus Dragon's Back race leaders.
So again, if you want to watch that, you can watch that later on, and various other things. And it does have a good media section as well, actually, as you'd expect. So these are some of the photos that Ian Corliss has taken. Many hours can be spent looking at the website there and seeing what's going on. So there's the website, which I think should be, I'll be looking at this quite regularly over the next number of months. And then the other thing I just wanted to put on here is my my training plan. Now, basically, the race is obviously not till next year, but my good friend Andy Cole suggested that it'd be really good to try and recce the route as much as possible this year. So we basically planned out 5 weekends. So the first one is the July the 6th, 7th. So we're now Friday. I'm doing this on the Friday, the 29th of June. So that's the 1st of July is there. So this is the 6th and 7th. So I'm going down to meet with Andy in Chester. Then we're going to head over and we're going to basically do day 1. So we'll do about 2/3 of it on the Saturday and 1/3 of it on the Sunday. And then this is my holiday with Katrina, the Tour de Mont Blanc that we're doing. And then we're going to do another Dragon's Back weekend. So that's the 13th, 14th, 15th, 17th, 18th and 19th. So that will be that last Saturday, Sunday. And that will be a good build-up for my Ring of Fire 2 weeks later as well. And then we're going to have a bit of a break because Andy's got a few different things on. I'm doing the Danune 33. And then we've planned in a couple of weekends in October. So that will be 4. Then it might be that we'll do the 5th one in the spring next year. But and then I've got the hard walls in 80 in November. So that's the rest of my big plans for the rest of this year, really. But Andy thought it would be a really good idea, and he's right, to recce as much as possible this summer. And then that'll give me a really good idea of what I need to do training wise for next year. So the idea is from January onwards through till May, then I'll do a lot more hill drugs, but I can do that in the Lake District. I can do that obviously in Scotland. And my plan is that I'll probably do a big weekend once a month where I'll go and do Saturday, Sunday. So I'll do a big walk run on the Saturday and then the same again on the Sunday. And that will get me hopefully hill fit to be ready for the race. But we'll talk about that as things go on. So they're my basic plans. So this is the Dragon's Back website, and that's my basic training plan. To see Jez Bragg there, actually, I know he's done the race before. So It'd be interesting. I think I spoke to him when I interviewed him for the West Hallam Way Race podcast, and he talked about the Dragon's Back and how much he enjoyed it. Over the next 10 months, I'll be doing some regular vlogs about my preparation and training for the Dragon's Back race next year. But I've still got loads of things to do this year. I've got the Ring of Fire coming up, and then the Dunoon 33, and also I've entered the Hard Wolds 80 in November. So plenty of things to do. And then the most immediate thing, we've got a holiday coming in a couple of weeks. So yesterday, Katrina and myself had another day out in the Scottish Mountains where we did 4 Munros, and we wanted to get a good day out in preparation for our walk-in tour around the Mont Blanc Massif in a couple of weeks' time. And then next weekend, I've got my first recce weekend, as I mentioned, with Andy. So the next vlog will be all about that. And I'm going to take some video clips and some photos of the routes as well. But I just thought I'd finish this vlog by just I put some photos and video clips together from our walk yesterday, and just to give you a sense of what it's like in Scotland when the weather is as gorgeous as it is at the moment, with blue skies and sunshine. We had a great day out. It was hot, but we had a great day climbing 4 Munros and getting a good day's walk under our belts. So bye for now, and so the next one will be about my recce weekend with Andy on the Dragon's Back.